Mr. Facilitator. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
The representative of the Honorable Minister, Mr. Joseph Obed Boku, Chief Director of the Ministry of Water and Sanitation of the Republic of Ghana, our host, Mr. Sylvester Matemo, the Chairperson, AMCOW TAC, the representative of the AMCOW Executive Secretary, Mr. Almami Jubate, Mr. Francis Kone, representative of the African Water Facility and African Development Bank, Mr. Will Behad of the UN Water, the AMCOW Technical Advisory Committee Vice Chairs, and the members of the TAC here present, representatives of the regional economic communities and regional institutions here present, the members of the diplomatic corps, representatives of the UN agencies, partners, foreign missions in Accra supporting water and sanitation in Africa here present, distinguished delegates, focal persons for monitoring and statistics from our member states here present, members of the press and media personnel, dear participants, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased and honored to be in Accra at this critical point when we place focus on water and sanitation sector monitoring for decision-making at the continental level and beyond. This training workshop is taking place at a time when Africa is starting the implementation of the various programs and activities that aim at achieving the aspirations of Africans as elaborated in Africa's Agenda 2063. To reach our destiny of a prosperous, peaceful, and integrated Africa by 2063, we need concerted effort and determination. Before I go further, allow me to convey the warm greetings of His Excellency Musa Faki Mahamat, the new chairperson of the African Union Commission, and that of Her Excellency Mrs. Josepha Sako, the Commissioner for Rural Economy and Agriculture, to this August conference. I would like to also express the gratitude of the African Union Commission through you, the Chief Guest of Honor, to the government and the people of the Republic of Ghana for hosting this training workshop and for the gracious welcome and generous hospitality to all our delegations. In particular, we also extend our gratitude to the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources for accepting the responsibility to host. Sorry, the podium is not sliding enough, so I have to be bending a little bit. This workshop for providing invaluable support to the preparation of this unique event. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, Africa still faces daunting challenges to lift the living standard of our people. These challenges range from water, food, and energy security, 2, resolving social and political conflict, 3, adapting and mitigating to the adverse impact of climate change, 4, turning the tide against degradation and unsustainable utilization of environmental and natural resources, and 2, accelerating the achievement of water and sanitation goals in Africa in line with the various commitments of our political leaders as well as the global agenda for sustainable development. This training workshop offers a great opportunity for member states, AMCOW, UN agencies, and partners to review the new established web-based Africa's water and sanitation sector reporting system. It is also an opportunity to exchange views on how to successfully monitor water and sanitation within the context of the Africa Water Vision 2025 in the implementation of the Sharm el-Sheikh Commitment on Water and Sanitation, the Sustainable Development Goals, and Africa Agenda 2063. On the significance of monitoring and evaluation task force meeting, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, I further consider the timing of this water and sanitation monitoring training workshop to be very significant for a number of reasons as enumerated in the findings of the 2008 Africa Water Facility Study. In addition, this sub-regional and monitoring system at the regional economic communities and river and lake basin organizations need to be harmonized with existing country systems regarding the defined sub-regional objectives of monitoring. I am therefore glad that the harmonized monitoring and reporting system for water and sanitation sector in Africa, which has now been developed, will allow AMCOW, through the Specialized Technical Committee on Agriculture, Rural Development, Water and Environment of the African Union Commission, report periodically on the progress of water and sanitation in Africa, vis-a-vis the progress made towards achieving the Africa Water Vision 2025, the Sustainable Development Goals 2030, the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction 2030, and our Africa Agenda 2063. It will also serve as a mechanism for tracking progress on the implementation of other high-level commitments on sanitation and hygiene services, including the Uyghur and the Dakar declarations. I'm also delighted to note that this training workshop is designed to address the gaps and challenges where previously member states used different data system, management system, methodologies, different indicators and standards, as well as processes that did not permit effective comparison of countries' effort in achieving regional and global commitments. I believe we have an opportunity here to ensure that issues of linkages with monitoring and reporting processes at global levels are fully addressed in accordance with the decision of AMCOW Executive Committee, which directed the AMCOW Secretariat to develop mechanisms for linkages with the monitoring, evaluation, and reporting process at the global level, especially the SDG monitoring initiatives with the African monitoring and reporting system. We therefore acknowledge the presence of representatives of the UN agencies responsible for monitoring and reporting at the global level, including the GLAS, the JMP, and the Integrated Monitoring Initiative, as well as the Water and Sanitation Collaborative Council at this important and crucial meeting. Please, can we give them a round of applause? We also recognize all the partners that are here that have come for this come up with innovative ways of addressing inequality and equity. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, I'm particularly gratified that in the next few days, we'll have a huge responsibility to serve as reviewers based on the experiences of our member states. And with this process, Africa will, in the long run, have a credible monitoring and reporting system that will regularly provide critical and strategic information on the status of water development and sanitation to facilitate informed and evidence-based policy decision by African governments. It is our conviction at the AU Commission that every government in Africa would therefore invest more resources in monitoring and reporting of the sector for ownership of the generated data and reports. At this junction, on the call for commitment, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to urge all and sundry to support Africa and AMCOW in particular to implement the monitoring and reporting system in Africa to ensure the following. 1, support and strengthen the continent-wide harmonized monitoring and reporting system on state of water development and sanitation based on common indicators. And 2, support efforts to strengthen the capacity and information management system and monitoring capacities at national, sub-regional, and regional levels. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, the African Union Commission would further like to use this medium to call upon all the UN agencies and partners to ensure that monitoring and reporting processes at the global level are aligned and linked with the Pan-African Water and Sanitation Sector Monitoring and Reporting System by working closely with AMCOW Secretariat to avoid unnecessary duplication and placing an unwarranted and additional monitoring burden on our member states. As I conclude, I would like to express our sincere appreciations to the African Water Facility at the African Development Bank for supporting this important initiative. Please, can we give them a round of applause? I would also like to appreciate AMCOW Secretariat for all the efforts. And please, Mr. Mami, can they convey our appreciation to the Executive Secretary? And also, let's give all of us, let's give a round of applause to the Secretariat. I cannot conclude this statement without recognizing the leadership of the United Republic of Tanzania as the chairman of AMCOW. Thank you so much. Let's give them a round of applause. So I have no doubt in my mind that subsequent and follow-up project phases will be prepared jointly by the African Union Commission and the AMCOW Secretariat for support by the African Water Facility. As you know, we have clapped for you. And other stakeholders, we have also clapped for you. So we expect that after this meeting, because as enumerated by the Executive Secretary's statement, there will be many more projects. So when we knock on your doors, or AMCOW Secretariat knock on your doors, we hope you'll be very ready and with wide open arms support the AMCOW process in the realization of our African Water Vision 2025. I thank you all for your kind attention. Merci beaucoup. Obrigada, shukran, medewase. Medewase is thank you in Ghana language. Thank you.